Hey there, beautiful human. I'm John Siddique. It's really wonderful to meet you this way, and it'd just be nice to spend a couple of minutes with you reflecting on meditation and what meditation really is for. One of the questions that I get asked a lot is there a wrong way to meditate? And in these days where we're supposed to say there's nothing wrong anywhere, it's quite hard to say this, but yes, there is a wrong way to meditate. That being that we get an idea of what meditation is in our heads and then try to kind of fit ourselves into it. It's like trying to become a better version of yourself by kind of thinking it up. It sounds like a good idea, but actually it's more to do with meeting yourself at the level of the heart. And so when you meet things at the level of the heart, you begin to change in your life. And it's the same with meditation. If you meet meditation with, obviously you follow the guidance, and if you're just beginning, and you see what's there for you, and you look for where you begin to meet what's naturally new through those practices, and then follow that lead. So I would say curiosity and kindness are the real ways forward, and not trying to kind of reach out and grasp towards something or push away to get into a different place, but to try and perhaps, we think maybe of a flower. Meditation perhaps is more like sort of you're flowering. So allow yourself to meet the flowering in yourself, and you're not going to go wrong if that's the way, you know. And if you do it the other way, you know, well, there's something to be learnt from that, so that's okay, you know. We tend to think that meditation is meant to sort out our symptoms. We have stress and anxiety, therefore I meditate to get rid of the stress and anxiety. I can't sleep, so I do yoga nidra to sleep. I want to feel a bit more kind of just here and do better at my work and have more focus of my mind. Those things are part of what meditation leads you towards, because naturally when you come back to what's more true in yourself, then those things kind of take place automatically, you know, but they're not the point in themselves. I was thinking this morning, just before sort of starting making this video, that it's a bit like imagine there's an idea in the culture that's kind of all pervasive, that the best vehicle for delivering vegetables or milk is a Lamborghini. So everybody thinks that that's what Lamborghinis are for. And of course you can deliver milk and vegetables in Lamborghinis, but some people will write great theses and books about how this is the only way and all that sort of thing. But then you come along, you know, and you've not grown up in that culture, or you've met things in a truer way, and you see this beautiful car sitting there, and you think, I just want to get out on the motorway and go and have a nice drive. And meditation is basically that, in a way. Meditation is the best tool that we have to find out what the nature of reality is, reality of our own lives, reality of the world around us, the way that we live. You begin meditating and asking very simple questions about life, like who am I and what am I here for, and allowing yourself to sit with space with those questions inside yourself, and everything begins to open up. You know, when you first begin meditation, if you're a beginner, then making time to sit is really important, because you're building your neuroplasticity into a better way. You know, you're moving your neural pathways and creating kind of like a sort of positive habit. But I would say that if you really want to meet meditation, then, you know, I tend not to recommend meditation to people. You think I would, but I'm not hustling. I tend to wait until people are ready, and then there'll be an inkling in them, there'll be something in them moving, and then they'll ask me, you know, so what's all this meditation lark about? How can I do this? How can I sort of meet life more in this way that I feel that it could go? And so we need to find that kind of click in the heart, so that we're not kind of just adding another thing into our lives. If we're just adding another thing into our lives, doing another thing, I must do my meditation practice, I would say it's not the thing to do. It's boring, quite honestly, if we do that. Whereas if we just sort of follow our own opening, our flowering, and meditation is the tool, we know that we want to use this, then we run towards it, we move towards it, we do it because it's the right thing for us to do, that our hearts kind of feel the benefit and the life in us. You know, my practice has changed me so much in my life. I used to be a very, very different person. I could honestly say that I have a lot of love for the person that I used to be, but I wouldn't want to spend much time with him. You know, I was very good at the work that I used to do. I still do, but I used to kind of think I was superior because of that. I had sort of very strong attachments and addictions to things. There was not much joy in my life, really, and any joy that there was, I would search for it by looking outside of myself, trying to lose myself in things. And I think that's true for many, many people. And we don't know that there's another way. But since I began practicing, and I knew very early on in my life, I knew from 5-6 years old that the spiritual life was calling me, and I started meditating when I was 13. And for a long time, of course, I clung to all that old stuff. But, you know, in the last decade or so, there's been kind of like I guess, what you might call a shift. And now life is very simple. It's got nothing to do with money, although money is useful and so on. It's got nothing to do with status. It's got nothing to do with the work that I do or anything like that. It's just feeling like I'm actually here on the planet in this moment in my life, and that I don't need to do anything to have that life in a way. Yes, of course, we eat food and we do our exercise and our yoga and things like that, and we build our health and build our life. But in each situation, meeting each person, sitting just here, this moment, it's just me being here. There's no other thing, you know. It's me and you and the sea, and there's an authenticity, and there's no describing the joy of that. There's no way that I can think myself into that state. It's got nothing to do with saying a particular mantra or affirmation or anything like that. It's just really about, you get to a point in your practice where you just start living in what is, in what is here right this moment. So I would just like to kind of encourage you to meet the path of your own life, to kind of, it's not about meditation. I'm not trying to convince you of anything at all or get you to believe in something. Just meet the path of your own life, and if something is tight and painful and difficult, then the other side of that would be to come the other way back in to a place where there's spaciousness, openness, and where you can meet what is in a kind of fresh and new way, you know. And that is really what practice is. That's really what we're doing here. But if you would like to know anything more about my work, of course, there's a website, authenticliving.live. I've got a couple of retreats coming up this year, both in Corfu, at lovely times of the year. So have a look on the website about those. We've got a great yoga teacher, and I'm going to be guiding practice and talking about the path of your own life and authenticity and meditation, of course. And I teach on a wonderful couple of apps as well. I teach on Insight Timer. I have a course on there and lots of meditations, and so we'll post the link for that down below. And I teach on another app called Meditation.LIVE, which is tremendous in that I teach sort of live classes throughout the week, and wherever you are in the world, you can just join in with a live class and ask me questions and ask me about your own practice and things if you feel that's the right thing to do. So let me wish you a beautiful, beautiful day. I hope whatever you're doing, it's fantastic and is you and full of life and curiosity and good things. I'm sitting here by the sea, and I'm just going to carry on doing that for a few more minutes, and then it's breakfast time here, so we're going to do that. So I hope to see you on the road somewhere. Lots of love to you. Take great care of yourself.